Skinny Hardaway Southern T back with another EP. And y'all do your boy a favor, y'all hit that like button for your boy when you roll on in. And greatly appreciate it. Today I'm here with a follow-up story. From a story that I dropped earlier this week. You know what I mean? I did a Southern T. Well, earlier I did a Southern T last week about Ryan Garcia and Cruz, about what Cruz said, about what Pitbull Cruz said. Pitbull Cruz had said that the reason that he wasn't so sure. Well, let me start over. Last couple weeks, it's been rumors going around that Ryan Garcia and Pitbull Cruz could very well be in a fight with each other. Not only was it a rumor, it was actually confirmed by the WBC when they made it a title eliminator. When they scheduled a title eliminator between the two. So when they scheduled that title eliminator, in my mind, it was as good as done as those guys were going to fight. I was excited about it. I remain excited about it. But I knew it was a caveat because, Ryan Garcia has a history of making fights and pulling out of fights. So I didn't get, overly excited about it. You know what I mean? And then rumors started to come out, words started to come out, leaks here, leaks there, and it was said that, I'm thinking that Ryan Garcia necessarily didn't want this fight. But then, I started hearing words and leaks that Pitbull Cruz was actually the one, that didn't want this fight. And I mean, which caused me to go and do my due diligence, which is why the last Southern T was birthed. You know what I mean? Cruz has said that, yeah, it is true that he said that, he wasn't sure that this fight would happen, that he was skeptical on this fight. But he said that he was skeptical on this fight because Ryan Garcia has a history of pulling out fights, like I stated earlier, and that he never falls through with his, intended fights. Cop, what's good, Cop? Y'all do your boy a favor when y'all roll on in. Hit that like button for your boy. Greatly appreciate it. My guy, Big Slugger, was good, Big Slugger. Glad you can make it. Y'all do your boy a favor. Hit that like button when you roll on in. Cop said this fight would never happen. Ryan Garcia is back to his mad tricks of calling out fighters he would never fight. I stopped listening to him after the fight with Campbell always lying. I'm about to explain to you, Cop. We about to get into it. We about to get into it. You know what I mean? So, I did my due diligence, to go find Pitbull Cruz, coach, and asking around and see what he had been saying. And he said, yes, it is true that he don't think this fight happened because Ryan, has a track record of pulling out of fights. But yeah, um, just in this particular situation with this one right here, and I know Ryan Garcia, is normally the one who's, creating fights and bagging out of fights. You know what I mean? Who's getting us hype for fights, and then not fighting them. But we all want Ryan. We all see the talent in Ryan Garcia, and we all want Ryan Garcia, to step up and fight somebody, worth fighting. And in this situation with Pitbull Cruz, and in this situation with Pitbull Cruz, we had that, or at least we thought we had that situation. You know what I mean? But I want to tell you this. I want to tell you this. This particular time is not Ryan Garcia's fault. You know what I mean? Ryan Garcia was all on board to make this fight. And I go as far to even say, it's not Cruz's fault either. You know what I mean? I know Ryan has a history of this, and this is regular for Ryan. But in this particular case, Ryan did not, duck uh, Esau Cruz. He did not duck Pitbull Cruz. I mean, he was all for this fight. He wanted this fight. Ryan had came out in the interview early and said that he done, playing games. He done lying to the people about big fights that's not going to happen. You know what I mean? So when this fight, got announced and then it fell through, I know a lot of people were like, "Oh, see, look at Ryan, right back to his normal tricks." But in this particular situation, it wasn't Ryan, and I'm not even going to go, and I'm not even going to, go as far as to say that it's Eastside Cruz's fault because I personally think Eastside Cruz wanted this fight. Eastside Cruz was good, Teddy. Appreciate you sliding through this junk. Eastside Cruz wanted this fight as well. But the bigger picture is in this situation, the PBC may not want this fight. You know what I mean? Right now, Eastside Cruz is a PBC fighter. Ryan Garcia is a DAZN fighter. But the PBC, has a stable of fighters, and they may have other plans for Eastside Cruz when it comes to this Ryan Garcia situation. They may have other plans for Eastside Cruz. What I'm hearing is that there's a chance that Eastside Cruz will fight Javante Tank Davis again. Eastside Cruz just beat Yuriokis Gamboa, who's a former opponent of Tank Davis. So I'm starting to hear wheeze and kickings and rumblings that the PBC I tried to set up this Tank Davis versus Eastside Cruz 2 fight. And Eastside Cruz fighting Ryan Garcia would be viewed as, quote unquote, a dangerous matchup for him heading into uh, fighting Ryan Garcia to the PBC would be a dangerous matchup for Eastside Cruz heading into a match with Tank Davis, because if he loses to Eastside Cruz, if he loses to Ryan Garcia, does Eastside Cruz, then that Tank Davis fight loses value. It almost is, it's a fight that they can't really use anymore. If Eastside Cruz come in here, and if Ryan Garcia go out there and he beat Eastside, it's a fight that they can't use anymore. Tank Davis versus Eastside Cruz. So I think that they're going to try to stick, they're going to try to stick somebody else in there with Ryan Garcia, because the PBC side isn't, the PBC side isn't jumping at the opportunity for Eastside Cruz to fight Ryan Garcia. Caronello said Tank not going, Haney Campos is winning around. If he be Rolly, isn't he the Mando? Yes, he is set up to be the Mando, but I'm strictly telling you the plans that the PBC, are, trying to set up. Yes, he is going to be the Mando, but Haney and Cambosis may have a rematch, because it's a rematch clause, and then Haney and Cambosis country. Y'all do your boy a favor. I need y'all to stop right now. I need everybody in here to hit that like button when y'all come in, because y'all came in here and y'all didn't hit that like button. I need y'all to hit that like button. I don't care if all y'all leave right now, because I don't want y'all in here if y'all ain't hitting the like button no goddamn way. You know what I mean? Peace. Fuck up out of here. But yeah, he's still going that Haney Cambosis route. But it's probably a rematch clause. It's probably a rematch clause, in that. So, he'll have to find something to do in the between time. And the PBC is looking at an Eastside Cruz versus Tank Davis rematch. So that's the reason why we, couldn't, it's the reason why we couldn't necessarily get, the fight, this fight that we wanted. But I think it's crazy that the WBC, right, made this fight an eliminator, and then they took it away. That's crazy. Like, I never heard of that before, never seen it before. You know what I mean? They made it eliminator, and then they took it away. But in this particular situation, I had to do my due diligence and get the info to bring to y'all people, because I know as soon as the fallout to this fight happened, we all went straight to Ryan Garcia, as we should, because he does have a history. This was good, Ratchet, since '91. Appreciate you sliding through. You know what I mean? And we all, went straight to Ryan Garcia, justifiably, because Ryan Garcia does have a history of this. But y'all, in this particular situation, it may not have been all Ryan Garcia's fault in this particular situation. What's good, DP? Appreciate you sliding through. It may not have been all Ryan Garcia's fault in this particular situation. You know what I mean? So y'all, we gotta hold down horses a little bit on the Ryan Garcia pulling out of big fights thing, because this time it wasn't Ryan Garcia's fault. I think the powers that be, the big dogs, got involved and they stopped this fight. So if we gonna be mad at anybody, y'all, we should be mad at the big dogs, because this was a fight that we wanted to see. You know what I mean? But there may be other plans on the table for Eastside Cruz. They both have fights coming up. Not Eastside. Eastside just had a fight, and Ryan Garcia. My bad, y'all. Eastside just had a fight, and Ryan Garcia has a fight. Coming up, type deal for July. So it's wait and see on what exactly Cruz is going to do next. Ryan Garcia has a fight coming up, but this fight between Eastside Cruz and Ryan Garcia is dead. It is dead, and it is dead in the waters. but it's not necessarily Ryan Garcia's fault. You know what I mean? Shout out my girl Cassandra. Appreciate you sliding through. But it's not necessarily Ryan Garcia's fault that this fight is dead in the water. You know what I mean? I think, well, I know the powers that be, put their foot down, y'all. They stepped in and they said, nah, we gonna put a pause on this because we may use Cruz versus Tank Davis if Devin Haney, wins his fight and they have to do a rematch. You know what I mean? But that's all I got, y'all, for this situation. I'm here for a good time, not a long time. Be on the lookout because I'm going to be dropping these teas all day. But y'all do your boy a favor while y'all in here. If you're in here right now and you haven't, y'all hit that like button for your boy. I was here for a good time, not a long time today. I'm glad y'all folks came through this joint. Skin the heart away, Southern Tea. This ain't the past. This ain't the future. But this the present. That's how we rocking. And I'm out. Love.